underway very shortly. We've got the Toronto Roller Derby Bay Street Bruisers going up against the Queen City Roller Girls, Devil Dollies. I'm Captain Lou Albamo, and I'm once again joined by
Lightning Slim. Hello again, everyone. We've seen some fantastic roller derby leading up to this bout, and I'm sure the trend will continue. A raucous crowd here in the bunker. A windowless edifice which is happily protecting us from Toronto's yet-to-arrive spring.
That's right. It is meant to stop bombs in case of nuclear warfare, and it feels like we have been suffering through a nuclear winter, Slim. It has been a cold and snowy winter in Canada, or at least in southern Ontario. I know you've had lots of walking to do all winter long, and I'm quite sure that you are ready for spring to show up anytime now.
I think I'm not alone in being completely over the amount of snow we've had in mid-March onward.
That's right. We are proud Canadians, but we can only take it for so long. We are ready for sunshine.
People get the erroneous impression that our national sport is hockey, or perhaps the more traditional national sport of lacrosse. It is, in fact, complaining about the weather.
And Slim, I noticed that you went out there to check on some rosters. Do you have any information for us at all? No, the answer to that is no. So we will just wing it as we go along. There will be some roster information put up online. You can take a look and see for yourself who is playing. And if you have any questions, you are being monitored online in the chat room by none other than Ohio Roller Girls announcer du jour, Inspector Muffin. So feel free to say hi to Inspector. And if you are in Ohio, send some love his way. He just called an awesome game between Toronto CN Power and the Ohio Roller Girls, where the Ohio Roller Girl All-Stars took the win. And we're going to get the other Toronto team, the B team, ready for action, Slim. I'm seeing Belfast on the line for the Bruisers.
And low hits Griffin.
In her second game today.
Yes, she did play for the Lake Effect Furies earlier today.
And that whistle means we have roller derby action underway. 1 hour of entertainment, 30-minute halves, and pushing out the front of that pack, that is Belfast. She had one block and a beat. She beat her. She's lead jammer, Slim.
Belfast coming around the track, approaching a basically standstill pack. Low hits Griffin yet to emerge. Belfast gets stuck into the thick of things, spun around up against a wall at the front. Trying to squeeze through on the inside line, switches to the outside. Jammer referee, Samiracle, throws up his hand. That's a grand slam for Belfast.
And upon receiving that grand slam, she notices that Low Hits Griffin has also come out of the pack. So she puts her hands to the hips. The 4 whistles are blown in the air. Additional points put on the board was a 1 indicated by her jammer ref. And the Bay Street Bruisers start off the way they have all season long with a 6-0 lead over the Queen City girls. Queen City in the purplish pink and black with a bit of white, and the traditional navy and gold for the Bay Street Bruisers.
Lip service giving a little goodbye hit to Belfast as she called off that jam. And now, Getcha Kicks in the blue for the Bay Street Bruisers. She's jamming.
Getcha Kicks, a transfer skater from GTAR, Greater Toronto Area Roller Derby last year. Has fit in very well with his team. Has picked up lead jammer for the Bruisers. Second lead jammer in a row. And some slow packs preventing the jammer from the Devil Dollies.
That's Crown Victoria, Captain Lou. Crown Victoria stuck in the pack. Now recycled all the way to the back.
Sinead Clobber, number 87 for the Bruisers, wearing the stripe. And knocking to the inside, Crown Victoria. Getcha Kicks in the pack, looking to pick up more points, finds her way through. And once again, 5 fingers in the air, a natural grand slam, bringing the Bruisers to 16-0.
Getcha Kicks chasing the pack once again. Inside, cuts around the outside. Receives a hit, shrugs it off, and continues to skate. 5 more.
Crown Victoria trying to use her blockers to her advantage to make a hole, but the recycling that the Bruisers are doing is being increasingly effective. Junkie Jenny with a nice hit.
Also in the pack right now, our own broadcasting team's Monichrome.
And standing on the bench, that's Derby Nerd. If you watched the first game today, you heard them talking all about roller derby. Not only do they know how to talk about roller derby, but they also know how to play and coach.
Which puts them a couple of categories ahead of me, Captain Lou.
And we would just like to let our viewers know that you can send your viewing party pics to canuckderbytv@gmail.com. Dr. Johnny Capote will use those pictures to his best advantage and show the fun that you're having while you sit at home and watch Quad City Chaos 2013 edition.
And I imagine that's a great deal of fun. Hailey Copter wearing number 1 for Bay Street takes a hit but surges back to the front of the pack. On the jammer line, she faces Vanilla Creams. Neither jammer has emerged yet.
No, Aims to Kill doing great job in the pack, keeping Vanilla Creams in there. Hailey Copter, skater formerly known as Titmouse, gets through the front wall, picks up lead jammer. 3 jams in, 3 lead jammers for the Bruisers.
Vanilla Creams now skating in the free and open spaces, but Hailey Copter has a considerable lead on her and is in the middle of a scoring pass through the pack once more and calls it off.
And an additional 4 points for the Bruisers, bring them up to 29 jam refs today. Samirical, who just finished a big stint out at the RDAC National Tournament last weekend out in Edmonton, Alberta. Roller derby in the mall, if you got to watch it online, looked pretty cool, and the stream was pretty nice. Canuck Derby TV also providing that. And the other jammer ref is Reformed Rebel, who is from the Forest City Derby Girls and Apprentice WFTDA League in Southern Ontario.
Tyrannosaurus Rex for the Bruisers. Falls, quickly gets back up.
And Chickadee Maulish is wearing the star for the Devil Dollies. She's being held up at the back. Once again, Junkie Jenny and Robert Blind doing some good work. Looking at the front, Sinead Clobber trying to stop her, but no, on the outside, Chickadee Maulish gets away. Tyrannosaurus Rex is in the back looking to score points. Hips being put on her by Gibby some more. But Tyrannosaurus Rex is through and picks up all for 33 for the Bruisers. Still a goose egg for the Dollies. 24 and a half minutes to go in the first half, Slim.
On the jammer line for the Bruisers, Belfast. She faces someone whose number I cannot see. There it is, Low Hits Griffin.
You'd think we'd recognize her by now because we've seen her all day long, but sitting behind this bench sometimes not so easy.
An early hit there by Low Hits Griffin fails to dislodge Belfast, and we have a jammer race.
Lots of physical contact between the jammers as they race around the track.
And Low Hits Griffin forces a call-off from Belfast. Nothing neither way on that jam, Captain Lou.
Belfast was a rookie sensation for the Death Track Dolls, her home team for Toronto last year. This is for her second year and has really bloomed as a jammer. Also jams for the Renegade Derby Dames out of Alliston, who are also WFTDA apprentices. So at some point in time, she may have to pick which league she's skating with, but right now getting a lot of experience, and someone who has a lot of experience, that is Getcha Kicks jamming for the Bruisers, and Crown Victoria for the Devil Dolly, Slim.
Crown Victoria held up at the back of the pack. And Getcha Kicks confident out in front. She has lead. Crown Victoria has been pushed to the back. Monichrome doing some damage there. Crown Victoria pushed to the inside. Meanwhile, Getcha Kicks surges to the front of the pack. She has 3 waiting for her there. But she is through.
Yeah, Fetishly Divine and Brutalities having to let her go. Getcha Kicks coming around. She picked up 5, hitting the ground hard. That's Robert Blind and Monichrome. Getcha Kicks taps the hips, ends the jam, puts another 4 points on the board. The Bruisers cruising along early on in this game, 42-0, Slim.
A somewhat dispirited Crown Victoria stumbles over the track boundary and crawls back to her own bench.
And I do believe the head referee for this game is Tri-City Roller Girls Level 2 certified referee, Tall Glass of Water. I'm seeing Booty Blocks also helping out with some inside pack refereeing.
The action underway again. Hailey Copter skating for the Bruisers. Skating for the Devil Dollies, number 234 Vanilla Creams.
And that's Hailey Copter getting lead jammer. The Bruisers have picked up lead jammer in each jam so far in this game, and this will be the first time for the Bruisers to be on a power jam as Vanilla Creams has gone to the box, Slim.
Not strictly a necessary advantage as the Bruisers currently leading 42-0 with 21 minutes remaining in the first half, and 5 more points go on the board as Hailey Copter skates through.
And the Devil Dollies are not strictly a B team for Queen City. They are really one of the home teams that plays regularly there. I believe they have a 1-1 record in their home league right now, having lost a game to the Nickel City Knockouts, who were last year's champions, I believe, for Queen City. The Bruisers, on the other hand, strictly a B team made up of home team skaters. Hailey Copter asking for the blocker from the Devil Dollies, June Cleaver, to release her as she was out of play. And as a result, June Cleaver will serve him in the penalty box. Big hit on Hailey Copter. That was Voldemort, Slim.
That was Ref Star making the call on June Cleaver. He's skating in the outside lane.
Ref Star is a referee for the aforementioned Renegade Derby Dames, once again, attempting to make their way through the WFTDA apprentice program to become the 7th WFTDA fully sanctioned team in Canada. And we may have some problems in this jam, as we have been informed that they're... Oh, looks like everything is okay. That's number 505 wearing the star. That is Chicka Demolish for the Devil Dollies. And getting lead jammer, that is Tyrannosaurus Rex, number 4 for the Bruisers.
Tyrannosaurus, oh, a hefty hit as she approaches the pack. It shivers her a bit, but she's continuing to skate now inside the pack.
Fetishly Divine, blocker for the Devil Dollies, picking up a penalty on that last set of passes. 5 more points for Tyrannosaurus Rex. Tyrannosaurus Rex, another transfer skater from GTAR. There were several skaters that came over last summer to Toronto Roller Derby. And she is putting her experience with GTAR and the experience she's gained at Toronto Roller Derby to good effect here as she puts another 5 points up on the board. Bay Street Bruisers moving to a 70-0 lead. And Tyrannosaurus Rex calling off the jam. It's a miracle indicating 2 more points. That brings the Bruisers to 72-0 with 18.5 minutes to go in the first half. Slim.
Difficult times for the Devil Dollies. We'll see if they try to change up some strategy here to achieve some momentum and find the handle on the door back into this contest. Number 5, 6, 7, 8 in the blue. That's Belfast skating for the Bruisers.
Mr. GK is watching it work.
She is joined by Low Hits Griffin, who immediately throws a hit off the line, but is then consumed by the pack of Toronto. And that allows Belfast to make a quick jump into the lead jam position.
Belfast, of course, a very rugged roller derby player. I believe she actually played rugby before she joined roller derby, and she has put those toughness skills to good effect with 8 wheels on her feet.
Toronto penalty, Audrey Helborn will take a seat. And Belfast tapping the hips, not immediately noticed by the refs, then the jam called off.
Audrey Hellborn, the blocker that was just sent to the box, was one of the original Toronto Roller Derby members. Suffered a badly broken leg a couple years ago. Really has only gotten back to skating in the last 6 to 8 months, but ferocious blocker on the track. And if she gets back into her old form, she will be someone to be feared at all times.
Audrey Hellborn, of course, putting her injury time to good use also, recently receiving her PhD. Smart and deadly. We have a lead jam by the Devil Dollies, a rarity in this contest so far. It's Vanilla Creams.
And that means the Devil Dollies will have an opportunity to remove that goose egg from the scoreboard. Vanilla Creams is in the pack, passing ladies in navy and gold, looking to get points for her Queen City Roller Girls. She has picked up 4 as indicated by her jammer ref. She calls off the jam, and that means the Devil Dollies are on the board. 76 for the Bruisers and 4 for the Queen City ladies in pink and black.
A textbook 4-0 for the Devil Dollies could get them into this.
And sometimes when you have those slow starts, Slim, this is the kind of thing you need. You just need to reset, take every jam as a new jam, restart the game for yourself each time, and try to win it one jam at a time. And we've got a jam underway with Hailey Copter going up against number 505, Chickadee Molish for the Devil Dollies.
I couldn't agree more, Captain Lou. The Devil Dollies have to do some of the small things well. Chickadee Molish taken down at the back of the pack. Meanwhile, Hailey Copter, the skater formerly known as Titmus, skates on inside the pack once again.
Yeah, Rage in a Cage and Scarcasm just doing an absolute number on Chickadee Molish, knocking her down repeatedly to the outside, and Chickadee Molish is getting no help from her pack. She's just getting roughed up by the ladies in navy and gold. Captain Dawson is out there as well, spearheading this butchering of a jammer on the track.
Chickadee Molish, yes, is shall we say at the lower end of a difference in stature, Captain Lou.
She is indeed, and she's looking like she is reluctant to engage this hard-hitting Bruisers wall. Bruisers play a very different style of roller derby than CN Power. They do practice with CN Power on a regular basis. The Bruisers whoa, Hailey Copter losing her balance, going down hard on her tailbone on the outside, cycles herself to the back. Still lots of time in this jam. The Chickadee Molish hasn't made out of the pack, so Hailey Copter's going to take another run at it. No one ever says that roller derby girls aren't tough.
Absolutely, Captain Lou. Chickadee Molish at last getting some support, this time from blocker Busty Pipes. Tries to create some room for Chickadee Molish, who's into the thick of things again.
Scarcasm, blocker for the Bruisers, went down very hard on that last pass, but managed to get herself back up. She is a second-year skater and has much improved her blocking in the time that I've been watching her on the track. Time expires on that jam.
Just as Hailey Copter was on the receiving end of Soul Crush, getting dragged backwards by Lip Service, one of the more experienced players on this Devil Dollies team.
Yeah, Lip Service has been around for a while. We've seen her play, I believe, all the way up with the Furies. And the Bruisers are at 93. Devil Dollies at 4, 13 and a half minutes ago in this third game of the Quad City Chaos, game between two B teams.
Tyrannosaurus making a play for the Bruisers. However, lead jam going to the Devil Dollies.
That's low hit Griffins getting lead jammer for the Devil Dollies. She's going to have an opportunity to put points on the board. Tyrannosaurus Rex escaping from the pack. She is going to be able to stop too many points going up, but low hits Griffin is out the front of the pack. She's picked up all 4 points. She's looking to the bench, deciding what she's supposed to do. Calls it off. Oh, a little late on the whistle. Were any points picked up by Tyrannosaurus Rex? Yes, 1 point for Tyrannosaurus Rex. So Devil Dollies move up to 8, doubling their output so far in this game. 94 for the Bruisers. 12 and a half minutes to go in the first half.
I did see the Derby nerd on the Toronto bench optimistically asking for 3 points for Tyrannosaurus.
Yes, he was asking for 3. I'm not sure that the Derby nerd really expected to get that, but coaches always want a little bit more than they're going to get.
If you ask for 3 and receive 1, does it give you a sense that maybe you've engaged in a negotiation with the official, whether or not that's true?
And whether or not the Bruisers need any more points, Belfast for the Bruisers is your lead jammer, stuck at the back, number 404, Crown Victoria. Facing that tough hitting wall, that's number 1134, Audrey Hellborn, cycling her to the back once again, and 5 points in the air.
I guess that's Dr. Audrey Hellborn.
We should actually call her Dr. Audrey Hellborn from now on.
Dr. Hellborn.
Rage in the cage with a big hit on Crown Victoria. Crown Victoria has had enough. She has passed the panty to her pivot. Her pivot number 644, Vile Levitt, will now be the jammer of note if she ever gets that jammer panty on her head.
We have a situation where Devil Dollies jammers do not want to engage with the tough blocking core of the Bay Street Bruisers. A difficult situation for the Devil Dollies. However, inside the pack, continuing to skate. There goes Belfast jamming for the Bruisers. I do not detect a Devil Dollies jammer anywhere on the track, Captain Lou.
No, I believe the pivot Vile Lovett put the panty on her head and then proceeded to cut the track. She also managed to put the panty on her head reversed so you could not see the stars. So even if she had to cut the track, she still would not have been the jammer of note. However, it's a power jam for Belfast, and Belfast is quickly adding to the already impressive total that the Bay Street Bruisers have managed in the first 20 minutes of this game.
Brutalities returns to the track from the penalty box for the Dollies. The jam comes to a close. 10.5 minutes in the first half of this contest.
And that was a 35-point jam for Belfast. So the Bruisers continuing to add points to their total. Lots of time left in this game.
Certainly dominant in the early going, the Bruisers. Now a brief timeout. Not sure which side has called it. That is the Devil Dollies timeout, perhaps wise on their part, and both teams conferring with their coaches.
Yeah, it's Devil Dollies really need to reset themselves, realize where they are at in this game, see what they can salvage in the first half, and then get themselves set for another 30 minutes because there are 2 halves in roller derby, and this is just the first one.
We'd like to thank our sponsors. We here on Canuck Derby TV have been put here in part by our friends at Rollerbug, Sugar Bomb, Rumbling Rage, and Electric Skate with Derby Skins. If you like what you see, you can click on the little donate button. Make a donation to Canuck Derby TV and keep roller derby on the air.
And with that, the timeout is complete. That means roller derby will start once again, and the Bruisers will start on a power jam. Getcha Kicks wearing the star for the Bruisers. 4 blockers on the track for the Bruisers. 3 blockers on the track for the Dollies. And Getcha Kicks through immediately for lead jammer.
The pack at a virtual standstill. Almost as soon as you declared her lead. Getcha Kicks back in the pack. She's through the pack. And coming around the mountain once again.
Yeah, nice little assist by Sinead O'Clobber, doing a little vertical blocking, providing a gap for her jammer to get through. Getcha Kicks is back in the pack, looking to score more. Comes around on the outside of turn 1 into turn 2. Heading down the straightaway, only 1 blocker to beat. She's past her. And another 5 points go on the board for the Bruisers.
Lip service and busty pipes trying to hold down the line for the Devil Dollies. Vile Lovett back on the track after that penalty. Racing to catch up. That was just the initial pass, but the jam has been called.
Yeah, Getcha Kicks deciding she didn't need to push any further. Had picked up 3 points. Didn't want to struggle for that last one. That pushes the Bruisers to 142 to the Devil Dollies 8. 9 minutes to go in the first half. And we're going to see Hailey Copter going up against, once again, Low Hits Griffin. Low Hits Griffin skating a lot today.
Put in quite a respectable performance for the Lake Effect Furies in the first bout of the day against the Rideau Valley Vixens, and continues to skate here for the Devil Dollies. Hailey Copter shrugs off an early hit from Low Hits Griffin. She is out in front and has lead.
And stuck in the back. Low Hits Griffin still trying to make her way through from back, running into that front wall. Front wall of the Bruiser staying solid, out of play indicated by the pack referee, and there goes Low Hits Griffin. She has made it through. Approaching the back, she's going to pick up some points. A little bit of a late call off by Hailey Copter. 3 points picked up by the Devil Dollies. 2 points for Hailey Copter.
A quick transition. Both teams eager to get back on the track. I'm sure the Devil Dollies need to get skaters onto the track as quickly as possible between jams because they want there to be more of them.
144 for the Bruisers, 11 for the Devil Dollies. Monumental task lies in front of the Dollies to get themselves back, but this is a good start for them on the road back to recovery. Number 234, Vanilla Creams, as lead jammer. Tyrannosaurus Rex is out of the pack for the Bruisers as well, but Vanilla Creams is going to have an opportunity to put some more points on the board for the ladies in pink and black. She's through the front of the pack.
Tyrannosaurus. Captain Lou, Tyrannosaurus was just struck down at the back of the pack there and landed on her posterior just as that jam is being called off. She's, however, skating back to the bench. These ladies are tough.
No one, once again, no one has ever said to me that roller derby ladies aren't tough. I have put skates on myself, but I have never played in a roller derby bout, and I'm not sure I ever want to, Slim.
I think I last wore roller skates at some sort of roller alley birthday party at the age of 10, and I really see no reason to do so again.
Number 5, 6, 7, 8, that's Belfast for the Bruisers, picking up lead jammer, looking to score some more points. Add to their lead, getting out the front of the pack. That's Vanilla Creams. Belfast quickly through hands and hips. 4 fast points for the Bruisers, calling it off.
A nifty spinning move to get around aims to kill, actually, by Vanilla Creams, who seems to be finding her way as the bout progresses, able to gain those leads that they weren't able to get in the early going of this game when they got into such a deep hole, Captain Lou.
Yeah, I mean, over the last 10 minutes, I'd say the Dollies have had a lot more success than they did in the first 15. 6 minutes ago in the first half, Getcha Kicks going up against Low Hits Griffin. We'll have to see if the Devil Dollies can use what they've learned on this track to their advantage. Low Hits Griffin, only Robert Blind to beat, gets past her. Lead jammer, Devil Dollies.
Low Hits Griffin seems to like throwing that initial hit off the jammer line. Elected not to in this case because Getcha Kicks is an imposing physical presence.
Getcha Kicks being held up at the front of the pack by Lip Service. Once again, one of the more experienced skaters for Queen City. Getcha Kicks does escape, but Low Hits Griffin is already in the pack scoring points. She has control over where and when this jam ends because she's lead jammer, hands on the hips. She's looking to her jammer ref. How many points did she pick up? All 4 blockers. Moving the Devil Dollies up to 19 points.
5 minutes remain in the first half. Hailey Copter taking to the jammer line. She is joined by number 234, Vanilla Creams, in the pink.
And something Slim and I were talking about during the first game of that Queen City played is that Queen City practices and plays in a beautiful old roller rink, and as I say that, Vanilla Creams gets lead jammer. A beautiful old roller rink in Buffalo, and they have a fantastic floor to skate on, and sometimes they have difficulty adapting to the polished concrete that many Canadian teams play on. And sometimes it takes them even a half a game to get their rhythm. Vanilla Cream's through for 3 points. 1 point for Hailey Copter. So yeah, it looks like the Devil Dollies may be getting their footing on this polished concrete. And in the second half, we may see them putting up a better performance than the first half has indicated. 127-point lead for the Bruisers, 149-22 with 3.5 minutes to go. Slim?
I think it's also interesting, Captain Lou, that the Devil Dollies are not taking the track cutting penalties that their big sister team, the Lake Effect Furies, were taking, perhaps also caused by differing floor conditions.
Yeah, you have to wonder if maybe they were watching their senior team play earlier today and realize that they need to take things a bit slower, and those power jams kill, as Toronto found out against Ohio earlier today.
Weeblin' and wobbling. That's Tyrannosaurus, and she gets a grand slam.
Chickadee Maulish has escaped from the pack. Oh, we got a jammer takeout. Samiracle being knocked down by Fetishly Divine. The crowd asking Tyrannosaurus Rex to call it off. She does just in time. No points for the Devil Dollies. And we're looking at Samiracle, who indicates 2 more points for the Bruisers. That should put them at 158 if the scoreboard operator wasn't too quick for me. Devil Dollies at 22. Looks like that scoreboard operator got me again. 156-22.
We see a shot there of Dawson, number Z682, wearing the spiffy new uniforms provided by the Muskoka Brewery for the Bay Street Bruisers.
And we've got a jammer race, Slim.
That's right. That's Belfast in hot pursuit of Lowhead's Griffin. Both of them inside the pack now. We'll see how the points shake out. A single.
Yeah, 1 point for the Devil Dollies, no points for the Bruisers. So Low hits Griffin, hitting it and quitting it.
Smiles on the bench, celebrating the small victories right now.
And referee Scary Antoinette indicating to Scarcasm something or other that happened in the previous jam, but looks like she's not having to go back on, so everything should be okay. Jamming away. And is that Audrey Hellborn jamming?
I do believe so. Her Heine Granger sits in the penalty box for the Devil Dollies. Audrey Dr. Hellborn with lead jammer.
She holds a PhD in lead jamming.
An interesting tactic. She pulled her whole team backwards, hollering for them to come to her, and they created all kinds of slalom opportunities for her to get through that pack.
Yeah, she made that pack really stretch out, gave herself a bit of room to move on the track, and she is doing laps on the Devil Dollies. Hits the front pink wall hard, gives a little tumble, push to the inside, decides it's time to call it off. And the doctor puts another 5 points up on the board.
The Devil Dollies not particularly pleased with being lapped so quickly by Audrey Hellborn, and they tried to take it out on her physically when she approached the pack a second time. She looks none the worse for wear. Big smiles on the bench.
That's right, Audrey Hellborn announcing with authority that the doctor was in. 166-23. This will likely be the last jam of the first half because we only have 15 seconds to go till period clock runs out. Of course, the jam clock is the clock we run by in roller derby, which means we could have another 1 minute and 45 seconds if Hailey Copter decides to keep on running it. She's up against Low Hits Griffin again, Slim.
Hailey Copter approaching the pack. She has lead. Penalty on the play. An out-of-play penalty called by Tall Glass of Water. Not sure who that was to. The jam now over, and that would be an end to the first half of play.
So a fairly dominating performance by the Bay Street Bruisers, leading 170-23 over the Queen City Roller Girl Devil Dollies. Slim and I are going to take a quick 20-minute break as we have halftime, and we'll come back to give you the remaining 30 minutes in this game number 3 of today. Don't forget there are 2 more games happening on Canuck Derby TV later in the day. Make sure you do a donation and keep roller derby alive on Canadian internets. I'm Captain Lou, and I'll be back in 20.